What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you with another cryptocurrency stream. And guys, Bitcoin had that bounce that I was talking about, shot all the way up to 11,550 basically, and now we're kind of stabilizing around 11,483. Are we going to push back above 11,500? Guys, tune in and see. Be sure to subscribe and like, and I'm going to dive right into the price action. Alright guys, so on the 26th and 27th, we had a little bit of a bounce. We touched back above 11,487, just breaking 11,500. A little bit of a bounce back down, kind of bouncing between this support and resistance here, and we had a low down at 11,170 here, maybe a little lower, and then a shoot up, had that bounce I was talking about yesterday, and bounced right up back, and we're touching towards 11,600. Guys, if you saw my video yesterday, be sure to subscribe and like. You know I called 11,600, so we're getting up pretty close to that now. Hopefully we'll break through it by the end of the day, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you still accumulating coin? Or are you afraid to buy right now? Are you afraid of a dip coming? I will say this, guys. In recent history, since the 17th, we have been putting in a downtrod, okay? We have been moving down since the 12,000, almost $500 mark. We've been slowly moving down, putting in an ascending wedge, but breaking out of it to the downside each time. Now look right here, guys. We could just be putting in another ascending wedge right here. Could be putting in another one right here. But will it continue to do the same kind of thing? For instance, run its course to the end of the wedge and then break down. Run its course to the end of the wedge, break down. This one did not make it to the end of the wedge. It broke down halfway through it. So for instance, I think this one will be very small. We might be actually getting a little bit of a bounce here. So it's really interesting where the Bitcoin price is right now. It's kind of like a make it or break it moment. It has to go above 11,600 to remain stable, I believe, and remain stable where it's at. But we are in this next resistance and support level right here between 11,600 and around 11,465. So we're going to be bouncing around in there for right now. But the bearish sign would be obviously if we bounce down past 11,000, hitting around 11,300. Bullish sign would be we move up towards 11,600 over the next day, guys. So keep that in mind moving forward. I do think we are going to kind of touch up towards 11,600. That would be a very bullish sign, and that's what we're looking for in the Bitcoin price action. And guys, I want to talk about OXT. It looks like a very profitable trade again right now. For instance, this morning, if you got in at 0.41 or 0.40, you were able to actually make a really good trade today. So for instance, from 0.41 all the way up to 0.51 or 52, you could have gotten out at 0.52 on the dot, guys. That would have been a really profitable trade, you know, over 20%. If you look at the chart here, from down here to up there, that's 5 hours, 23%, guys. So that's why I like OXT. That's why I've been flipping it. I really believe it's a profitable trade. Now, granted, I missed this one today. I was busy with family, but in general, the profits that you can make off this coin are just amazing. I've made off of several of these, and this is actually one of the biggest ones. So I'm a little sad I missed it, but you know, I'm going to be watching this coin again. It looked like, you know, it was going to crash down for a little bit, but once it hit like right around here, I should have been thinking to buy, to be honest, because I've already established a support right here. Now it didn't quite hit it, but at 0.41, that's one of the lowest prices it's been in the last week or 2 weeks. So, you know, a definite price rise could have been established up there, guys, easily. So, what does OXT need to actually remain stable up at 5.0? Well, I think it just needs to, you know, have more people buying the coin, the Bollinger Bands to actually now start to consolidate and just move to the right, and then hopefully we get another breakout to the upside, guys. That would be a really good sign, and hopefully pushing OXT back up towards its high times of 0.085. Now that would be a bit of a run up, guys, so I don't think it's going to go that high, but that's where you want to work up. You want to work past your all-time highs. This was just happened in the last, you know, month, and I made a video right before it, guys. I did a video that actually got over 1,500 views about Orchid pumping up, and it pumped all the way up. This was, you know, this was at 0.30. It pumped all the way up to 0.85, guys. So that is a huge run up. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about Electroneum. So we're still kind of in that red box. We bounced out of it for a brief second. We're kind of just teetering between a support and resistance right here. And I was talking about a descending wedge, and we're breaking out to the downside. But this doesn't look very strong. It looks like we're kind of going to the end of this channel here. And for instance, we could get a break to the downside very soon, especially if we end up in the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. Right now we are in the top of it, and the EMA 20 is below the EMA 55, and it looks like it is kind of teetering up. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of up action, but the graph is still overall reading down. Those are just real short-term stuff right there. So I think that we could get a little bit of a price, change here. Hopefully we'll kind of ride this channel a little bit further and break through this resistance and kind of start to push back up towards the green box. That's what we want to see for the next few days, guys. But don't sell all your bags or anything like that, guys. Definitely not. Definitely some good times ahead for Electroneum. You just have to make it through this consolidation phase, that's for sure. Notice how tight the Bollinger Bands are, guys. They're tight all over. Even in the breakouts that's having, they're pretty tight. Except for right here. But in general, this is pretty tight Bollinger Band here, and only getting tighter. So I think a breakout is imminent. Okay, guys, keep that in mind moving forward with Electroneum. And guys, don't forget about the Bitcoin CME futures gap down here at 9,600. And remember that a drop from the current price stat down to there is only 15%, guys. Those kind of moves can happen very easily, very all the time. So keep that in mind, guys, that we could end up being back down there. So be ready to accumulate more coin in case we do get a crash. And if you're looking for fast gains, we could end up getting them this year. So we could end up seeing higher time by the end of the year, especially if price continues the way it is. Now granted, we have to get back above 12,500 to remain this upward channel, but it's something that can definitely happen. You got to think these 10, 15, 20% moves can really happen really quick. And that's what's really beautiful about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, is the volatility. So I think there's a lot of room to the upside towards the end of the year. We just kind of have to get rid of this reversal that we're in right now. Since the 17th, it seemed like a little bit of a downtrend. So hopefully we can kind of switch it around and start to work back up towards the $11,800, $12,000 mark. That would be really good for the next month. And guys, I wanted to keep it really short today. My family's already at the pool, so I wanted to go over there and catch up with them. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my page yet, do consider it. I am doing a giveaway for my Ledger Nano S. One of my first 500 subscribers are in it to win this Ledger Nano. And guys, if you don't know much about Ledger Nano, it's the safest way to keep your money off the exchanges and right under your nose so you don't lose it, and it's where you want to keep your crypto. And guys, that's all I have time for today. Thank you for tuning in. I am Crypto Matrix. I'll catch you guys later.